or prayer, whichever your choice. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The bell was the sign for the end of the prayer. Yeah.
Maybe that's when Burns starts his.
Yeah, he may need to, he may need to. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of November 2nd, 2020?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve appropriations ordinance number 45?
I move we approve ordinance number 45.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Declare the public input session open for any items not on the agenda. Anything online? Okay. I ask the bench if you have anything.
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
Okay, two things that I have. First one is Wednesday is Veterans Day, and the city offices will be closed. There is no Veterans Parade, as we said a week or so ago, but there is a ceremony at the Park Department, 11 o'clock. Is that right,
I'm
Wayne?
pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
11 o'clock, but there will be no lunch. So we'll just have the program, and then it will be ended from that standpoint. The other area I'd like to say on the COVID-19, really need people to be intentional. Everybody around us is having a tough time. Hutch Hospital is overflowing. Reno County, Hutchinson itself, even though they're in the midst of their 10-day campaign, being overrun with cases. They had 20 deaths, and mainly older people. I listened to a doctor down there on the weekend, is totally frustrated. So it doesn't matter what you believe. If you believe in a mask, wear the thing. If you don't believe in a mask, social distance in any other way you can do. The other thing is disinfect surfaces. That's important, especially in the workplaces. And you may have to do it more than once a day. And then wash your hands. And wash your hands several times a day, and use the hand sanitizer when you can't do that. We've got to do anything we can do to slow this down and get back on track of this thing. If you put up the Harvard thing, I just go real quick on this. It looks better on its ear. Go to the next page. And you can see now that for the last 10 days, we had 1 orange and 10 red. We got as high as 76 per 100,000, which is still not a great deal, but we've climbed, we've been steadily climbing, and we're dropped down to 68, and probably until today's report when it comes out at 5 o'clock, and it will be terrible again. And throw mics up. Okay, we're in between those two black lines, and you can see we were doing pretty good, but if you look at the right-hand edge, all up and down, there is only 2 oranges. Everybody else our size is in the red. If you look at the map of the state of Kansas, which I didn't provide them, there is 1 county, Ness County, in green. There are 4 yellows and 4 oranges. That's 9 counties out of 105. The rest of them are red. So we have pretty much blanketed the state with this, and we have people doing all kinds of different things, but we're still climbing. So everybody needs to do what we can. If you have a mask requirement in your business, and I want people to shop local, but if you have a requirement in your business, it doesn't do any good if you put a sign on the door and let everybody do what they want. So if you put up the sign, go by it. If you don't put up the sign, then they have to social distance in your business. That's what our ordinance says. If you can't social distance, you have to have a mask. This is really an ordinance of choice. And right now, some of you are making bad choices. We need to come together, defeat this thing, instead of fighting each other. And that's how we're going to win. We have cases within the city. Luckily, we have kept all of our services going because we've not been hit real hard. But if this continues, we run the risk. And I can't have too many policemen out. I can't have too many firemen out. Our firemen were out till 2 o'clock in the morning on a structure fire. I'm in real trouble if I have to sit somebody down with a positive case and quarantine a whole crew. They will not be able to stay up with physical stamina. We need your help. It's common sense. Let's do what we can, and I know some people won't want me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyhow. I'm speaking to the Ministerial Alliance, Churches United in Ministry, in each of the 41 churches in the community. Pray fervently that we can have some divine help in this to lift this up. Man's solutions are not working, so we need help. With that, I'll declare the public input session closed. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as distributed?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Call on Casey Morales for the MIDC report.
Hi, guys.
Morning,
Thanks
Casey.
for having me today. Let's see here. I'm going to start off by sharing the most recent economic data that we have from McPherson County. This is our labor force information. As of September 2020, we were at 3.2% unemployment. If you look at our full region and where we typically collect labor, it's about 7.4%. And if you guys are interested, I know you've seen this before, but in the left-hand column there, you can see how that compares to the 2018 and 2019 averages. I don't need to explain why that's gone up just a little bit. The next slide, you can't see it on the screen there, but if you have it electronically, you'll see it. This is just for your information. You can see month by month how that has changed. I think I pointed this out last time I gave a report, but April was our highest month at 5.8%. But since then, besides July, we've really gone down, and I don't know if July, I might have transposed those numbers, but if it's correct, there was just 1 month where we went up just a little bit. But other than that, we've been trending down, so that's good. This next slide shows total employment for McPherson County 2020 versus 2019 Q2. And you can see that we did go down 8.9% in overall employment. With the next slide, we just look at industry manufacturers. We see that we actually had a 3.7% growth. Despite our current state of affairs, manufacturers are still growing and expanding. So yeah, this is Q2 versus Q2 2020 over Q2 2019. So that is positive news. So not only are manufacturers helping McPherson, we continue to support the region in terms of jobs. Even though we have gone down, you can see the commuter patterns have gone down in Q2 2020 versus over the last quarter, they are going down just a little bit, but obviously we had a shutdown during Q2, so we would expect that to go down just a little bit. So anyway, still, we're providing jobs for the region. Some positive things that we were able to do this last quarter was we were able to celebrate with PEM on September 22nd. They broke ground on their new facility that will be in the MIDC Industrial Park just east of Prairie Land Partners. So we are very excited about that. This is an example of just one of the examples of the employers that are still continuing to grow here in McPherson. It's easy for us to get all excited as we drive around and see progress still taking place, but this attention gets to our elected officials as well. Senator Jerry Moran recently visited with Central Plastics. He toured the facility, and so we were able to visit with him. He probably comes down here quarterly, guys, just to see what's going on here, and he speaks about McPherson like this is one of the only places that's continuing to. He comes here to get some positivity, is what he is how he speaks about it. So he likes to visit here. He's a friend of McPherson, and we were excited to be able to show him around. This is very interesting, you guys. Typically, 90% of what we do is work with our existing businesses and help them grow and expand. And we do business recruitment as well. You guys know that. But typically, in a year, we probably see about 15 requests for information. Requests for information, as you guys probably know, if you've heard me speak before, are solicitations from the state, from their clients or possibly other site selectors that come to us directly on behalf of their client to just feel out the community to see if it's a good fit for their client. Their client is wanting to grow and expand, and so they're looking at Kansas and sometimes specifically at McPherson. We typically see, I would say my best year, I think we had about 15 requests for information. Since March, we've had over 30. There's maybe 27 on here, but I've had 3 late last week after I put this slide together. So we did respond to several of those on there, and they're in no particular order. It's just how I could fit them on the slide there. But just because we respond doesn't mean that they're going to come here, and it doesn't mean that even if they do express an interest, that it's going to be a fit for McPherson. We know very little about some of these projects sometimes, but it's a good sign that I guess the economy might not be dead if these people are wanting to invest. So I was actually hoping to have some announcements for you today, but nothing has happened yet. I don't know if they're stalling because of what's going on with the election, but anyway, hopefully we'll have an announcement soon, at least on one of these. Marketing, we have continued to market McPherson, Go McPherson, Undergo McPherson, as a place to live and work. And so just this last quarter, you can see the impressions, the amount of times that people have had the opportunity to learn something new about McPherson. And then you can see the actual click-throughs. So 47,000 times somebody actually clicked on the material to actually learn more about McPherson County. So that's good. And this slide here, I actually forgot that when we did this, it wasn't actually in Q3, it was actually Q4, but I'll tell you, since you probably saw the marketing for this, on October 23rd, we had a career fair, a virtual career fair, and we targeted places with higher unemployment rate outside of the state, as well as, we did obviously reach out to people in the state as well. We work with the state of Kansas to market it to the people that were on the unemployment list, but we just want people to understand that McPherson has jobs. We continue to create really good jobs. So we did have, not all of the employers, I don't know if this is an extensive list. I think there were some people that came through at the last minute, but anyway, there's an example of some of the employers that were there. We had over 120 people participate in this fair, and overall, I think the employers were pleased with the event. We actually had started marketing this probably a month before, and we had several employers that worked with us to create a video for them. So if you have not seen those marketing videos for those companies, you need to get out and go McPherson.com our Facebook page and check those out. And if you know anybody that's looking for work or looking to relocate to McPherson, I encourage you to share that with them. So we don't have the metrics tabulated yet on how much engagement we got, but we'll give those to you at our Q4 report. So anyway, that's all that I've got for you right now. Any questions?
I think so.
No.
Good
Well,
report.
Okay,
We're
thank you,
very,
guys.
we're very fortunate to be rolling along, even in spite of some of the COVID-19 things. And I said on the trolley when we were looking at projects this past week with all the traffic and people on the sidewalks downtown and everything, and the sun was shining, the wind wasn't blowing, that if you didn't know that we were in election crisis on that day and COVID-19 uptick, you would have thought, wow, this is a vibrant town, everything is going forward. So in some of the traffic of, I guess, industry letting out was pretty heavy. So we're very fortunate and blessed to be here. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we'll move to the floodplain administrative matters, and I'll call on Virgil Lyons.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Virgil.
So I just wanted to bring you the results of our community rating system's initial application. So for those listening or in the audience that don't know, we've been accepted into the Federal Emergency Management Agency's, or FEMA's, Community Rating System program. So as a part of the National Flood Insurance program, CRS is a voluntary incentive program that recognizes and encourages community floodplain management activities that exceed minimum program requirements of the NFIP. Participation in the program results in discounted flood insurance premium rates to reflect reduced flood risk resulting from community action meeting 3 goals of the community rating system. So those 3 goals are reduce flood damage to insurable property, strengthen and support insurance aspects of the National Flood Insurance Program, and encourage a comprehensive approach to floodplain management. And for those of you who are unaware, one of the hats I wear is floodplain administrator. The city has performed better than expected on the evaluation of our initial application. We had expected to receive a 5% discount, but were ultimately able to attain a 10% discount. Our team in the Department of Public Works provided great documentation and quick responses, and we earned 1,239 points on our initial application. So for the first 3 levels of this program, every 5% you earn, which is 500 points in a chunk, is an additional 5% discount. So we're actually well on our way to a 15% discount as long as we keep doing what we're doing. You know, and then building the program, that is. Discounts become effective for 51 total policies in October of 2021. And in the meantime, we've already identified and will work to complete additional tasks that can be accomplished and submitted no later than October 2021 that'll help the city to continuously increase the discount. The average savings, depending on what kind of policy you have, is between $30 and $134 on your premiums in the first year alone. And I included with this, they have kind of a what-if program on their side. If you, at the bottom of the document, it'll show you what our average savings is. So moving from right to left, you have preferred risk policies, which would cover people in X zones who have no special flood risk. So obviously they're not subject to the discount. You have X zones that meet certain criteria. We'll see a small gain. And then the special flood hazard area reduction is, you can see the 134%. So the reason I asked to pull this up is, you know, because of the hard work of some of my cohorts in public works, we were actually able to double the average from one level to the next, just by doing some extra work. And you can see what the actual savings is as you go down. So class 9 would be the lowest discount. And the closer you get to 1, the bigger it gets. So as you can see, if we manage the program well, it can do a lot of good for people who live in that floodplain.
Good.
Okay.
So that's just a bit of good news. seems like we could use some lately.
Right.
So I thought that I would, go ahead and share that and then use this as an opportunity to let anybody here or anybody listening know that we do have this program. If you have questions about it, you're welcome to contact me. I'm here every day 8 to 5.
Okay.
And thank you, Virgil,
Thanks,
and
Virgil.
thanks to the Public Works team for putting all data together. Yeah, it's great.
That's all I've got.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And so, I'll call on Chief Weisman, to, give the fire department items.
Just one item for commission this morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Fire department signs a memorandum of understanding for building inspection and plans review with the Office of the State Fire Marshal annually. We just want to request a motion. We had the city attorney review this document again this year. Nothing has changed from last year. We do expect some changes next year, but this year is just continue as normal.
Okay, I'd like to move to authorize T.J. Weisman, Fire Chief, to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Office of the State Fire Marshal for the calendar year 2021 inspections and plan reviews.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you. Call on Chief Golden.
Good morning.
Morning, Chief.
I have a few things that we've talked about at study sessions, commission meetings, as well as the retreat. The first item I have is motion to approve the purchase of 40 ballistic helmets, 40 Picatinny rail systems, and 40 face shields for the police department from Galls for an amount not to exceed $21,200. I've contacted Galls and they have guaranteed that they will be in before December 31st.
Okay, I'd like to move to authorize the purchase of 40 ballistic helmets, 40 Picatinny rail systems, and 40 face shields for the police department from Galls for an amount not to exceed $21,200.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Second item is motion to approve the purchase of 2 WatchGuard 4RE camera systems for the police department from WatchGuard for an amount not to exceed $10,222. These are the systems that we put in the cars, and it automatically downloads the video when the officer pulls into the station.
And the guarantee is?
And, oh, that's guaranteed. They will be in 30 days.
Okay. I'll move to approve the purchase of 2 WatchGuard 4RE camera systems for the police department from WatchGuard for an amount not to exceed $10,222.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Third item is motion to approve the purchase of 2 Stalker 2 moving radar systems for the police department from Stalker Radar Applied Concepts, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $4,566, including the trade of 2 1990s Falcon radars at $200 apiece. Once again, 30 days to get in.
I'll move to approve the purchase of 2 Stalker 2 moving radar systems for the police department from Stalker Radar Applied Concepts, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $4,566, including trade of 2 1990s Falcon radar at $200 each.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
They ought to change a name to those things like I Love You Radar.
Right, instead of Stalker.
Yeah.
All right, the fourth item I have is motion to approve the purchase of 4 Bolo Wrap systems from Bolo Wrap at $925 each for a total amount not to exceed $3,700. Once again, these are 30 days turnaround. And then next year, in 2021, we will train the department in the use of Bolo Wrap, which will also have a cost associated with it, but we'll deal with that in 2021.
Okay, I will move to approve the purchase of 4 Bolo Wrap systems from Bolo Wrap at $925 each for a total amount not to exceed $3,700.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. You might explain what that is, just in short, please?
Now, Bolo Wrap is a new technology in which it's a handheld cartridge fired by a 380,
308,
or 380,
380.
not 308, a 380, which is a small caliber. It shoots out an 8-foot Kevlar rope with two basic treble hooks on the end, and it wraps around legs or upper body. Very good that would help us with behavior mental health situations in which somebody might be a danger to themselves or others. It's just another option of a less lethal force that the police officers can use, so people that are in a crisis are not resulting in being shot or killed. It's more of a less lethal way of trying to go hands-on and not hurt somebody. So it's just
Thank you.
another option. Absolutely,
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
Yeah, and anybody should be able to do it because the mayor was able to hit the dummy right around the knees.
And if anybody wants to see that, you can reach me at the
No,
police.
don't.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. But you can aim higher and tie up their arms if you wanted to do it. It's enough of Kevlar fiber to actually tie up somebody's upper body too. So, but it's not lethal, so, but it makes a lot of noise.
It makes noise. There's definitely a shock value involved with it, but it just gives the officers time to have the person incapacitated so you can get hands-on with them and take them in without injury.
Again, thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The next items I have are for the animal shelter. Motion to approve the purchase of a 32 drinking bowl system with float covers and shipping and handling costs for the animal shelter from Nelson Manufacturing Company, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, for an amount not to exceed $2,199.15. And that should be within the end of the year as well.
Okay, I'll move to approve the purchase of 32 drinking bowls, $1,716.80, and 32 1200 series float covers, $446.40, and $39.39 shipping and handling for the animal shelter from Nelson Manufacturing Company, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, for a total amount not to exceed $2,199.15.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next item I have is motion to approve the purchase of one Frigidaire 24.8 cubic foot chest freezer for the animal shelter from Lowe's for an amount not to exceed $948.
And I'd like to say before I make this motion that the reason that we need this is a lot of people want to have a cremation for their favorite pet. And we do put those in a box. We charge a fee to do that. And when we do that, we can only do one dog at a time, unlike if we pick up strays that have to be put down. And so, and we are behind. We don't have anywhere to put them, so the additional freezer will allow us to hold a person's dog till we can fire up and cremate it and prepare it properly to give back to the family. With that, I will move to approve the purchase of one Frigidaire 24.8 cubic foot chest freezer for the animal shelter from Lowe's for an amount not to exceed $948.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the last item for the animal shelter is a motion to approve the purchase of a Samsung washer 5.0 cubic feet washer at $799 and a Samsung dryer 7 cubic feet for $799 for the animal shelter from Lowe's for an amount not to exceed $1,598. We need a larger washer and dryer because of the bedding that the animals sleep in. These smaller washers and dryers they get tore apart, so.
Okay, I'll move to approve the purchase of a Samsung washer 5 cubic feet, $799, and Samsung dryer 7 cubic feet, $799 for an animal shelter from Lowe's for an amount not to exceed $1,598.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Call on code enforcement.
Good morning.
Today I want to bring a motion to approve the promissory note in the amount of $4,500 for the property owners at 704 North Chestnut to repay the city for costs incurred for the removal and abatement of the dead tree on their property. We've had the city attorney write up a promissory note. It goes over the actions as far as the $250 a month repayment starting on January 5th, 2021. It also mentions the failure to pay. If they fail to pay, it will be added to their taxes, and all remedies will be adjusted towards that. So,
Okay. I move that we approve the promissory note in the amount of $4,500 for property owners to repay the city of McPherson for costs incurred for the removal and abatement of a dead tree on their property and begin the collecting process.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
thank you.
Calling Jeff Woodward.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Jeff.
First item I have for your consideration is out of the street department, and it's concrete crushing. Votes Crushing moved in to crush concrete rubble to debris site. We allowed them to keep all the crushed concrete as we had sufficient stockpile. However, we had some millings that needed to be processed for our use. Votes Crushing processed 2,961 tons of asphalt millings at $2.50 a ton. Total cost $7,402.50.
I move that we approve payment to Votes Crushing LLC for processing 2,961 tons of asphalt at the debris site for a total cost of $7,402.50.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, out of the street department, with the completion of South Chestnut Street and drainage improvement project, we're requesting to make Chestnut a through street by installing stop signs both sides of Chestnut at Avenue D, E, and F.
I move that we approve installation of stop signs on both sides of Chestnut Street at Avenue D, Avenue E, and Avenue F.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And finally, out of the street department, as per our service contract with Foley Equipment, the 1,000-hour service on the cat loader is due. Foley Equipment comes to McPherson, services our loader every 1,000 hours of operation. Our agreement is for $1,270.55 per service. This is the second service interval in 2020.
Good. I move that we approve payment to Foley Equipment Company for the 1,000-hour service of the cat loader for an amount not to exceed $1,270.50 per service.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, out of the wastewater treatment facility, Dennis Friesen has submitted his 2020 second cutting farming operations bill. Total amount equals $5,968.75. This work consists of loading charges of $1,890, harvesting charges of $3,628.76, and mowing charges of $450.
Okay, I move that we approve payment to Dennis Friesen for the 2020 second cutting farming operation for an amount not to exceed $5,968.76.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, out of the wastewater treatment facility, with the spread of the coronavirus, we feel it's imperative to split shift employees at the wastewater treatment plant to help guard against everyone getting sick at one time. We will alternate half staff each week until further notice. Employees are restricted to traveling to any location on the KDHE MCHD restricted travel list. When scheduled time off while on paid status, the employee must be available by phone, email, or to report to work on an emergency basis.
I move that we approve running split shifts and restricting travel for the wastewater treatment plant employees until further notice.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, on the Hull Street project, change order number 1 for the design cost with Alfred Benish. On May 28, 2018, the commission approved the design for the contract Hull Street, Main to North High Drive with Alfred Benish and Company in the amount of $199,405. The Hull Street project has been put on hold indefinitely. The design engineer brought the plans to a stopping point and has delivered them to the city. This change order reduces the design contract to cover the design cost to date. The charges to date are $117,765.65, which is a reduction of $81,639.35.
I move that we approve change order number 1, Alfred Benish and Company for the Hull Street project design to adjust the final design cost, which reduces design contract $81,639.35 to a final contract price of $117,765.65, and authorize the mayor to sign that change order.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next is the Hull area drainage project, again with Alfred Benish. Design cost, change order number 4. The Hull area drainage project was approved 5/15/17 for $254,146. Change order number 1 for $15,000 was approved on 11/6/17. Change order 3, $6,000 on 11/26/18. Change order 3 was $17,000 was approved on November 2nd, 2020. Now with the construction complete, the total cost of after the construction complete of design is $290,402.40, which is a reduction of $1,743.60, and is reflected in change order number 4.
Good. I move that we approve change order number 4 with Alfred Benish and Company for the Hull Street drainage project design to reduce design contract $1,743.60 to the final contract amount of $290,402.40, and authorize the mayor to sign that change order.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next is on the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction with Boats Parga, change order number 5. This change order represents the final quantities for storm drainage items on the project, the 18-inch RCP and connection at station 54, 57, 96 was shown on the plans but was left out of the quantities. At the Grimes Street box, the pipe had to be extended and the end section had to be removed and reset to tie into the new Hulls area ditch. These items increase the contract $2,975.32.
92 cents.
I'm sorry, 92 cents.
Okay. I move that we approve change order number 5, Boats Parga Construction LLC for the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction project to adjust the storm sewer items to final quantities on the project for an amount not to exceed $2,975.92, and authorize the mayor to sign that change order.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, on the same project with Boats Parga, change order number 6. We typically split these change orders up in street drainage type items, sanitary sewer items. This item is for the seal course, was decreased 90 cubic yards from what was estimated on change order 1. The contract unit cost for flowable fill is $100 per cubic yard. Final amount of 2,096 cubic yards was the amount needed to backfill the new sanitary sewer trenches. The change order reduces the contract $9,000.
Move that we authorize, approve change order number 6, Boats Parga Construction LLC for the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction to decrease the flowable fill 90 cubic yards and the contract total by $9,000, and authorize the mayor to sign the change order.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next item, again on the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction with Boats Parga, change order number 7. This change order adjusts the contract to final quantities for grading, temporary surfacing, and erosion control items. Total adjustment of these items increased the contract $4,261.81.
I move that we approve change order number 7, Boats Parga LLC for the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction project to increase the contract to final quantities for an amount not to exceed $4,261.81, and authorize the mayor to sign the change order.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Finally, I'd like to give you an update on the construction projects we have going at this time. First is an update on the Holtz area drainage project. No changes here. We're down to the one final item on the punch list, and that's touch-up of the paint on some of the handrails as needed. No street closures are associated with this project. Next is an update on the Chestnut Street improvement project. The final punch list items have been addressed, and the project has been accepted. The next project is the reconstruction of the 800 block of Wheeler Street. This project's being completed by the street department. The street department has Wheeler Street closed between First and Anna. Approximately half of the curb and gutter has been placed. The plan is to complete the curb and gutter in most of the driveways this week. This project should be close to completion by the end of the week, and of course, as always, that's dependent upon weather. I'd like to remind everyone that weekly construction updates, road closures and detours, and planned road closures and planned detours are available at the city's website, www.mcpcity.com. And finally, we'd like to let everyone know that data collection will start today for the Bull Creek drainage study. The Bull Creek Basin runs through the western part of the city. Data collection will start today and continue for approximately 3 weeks. The city of McPherson has partnered with Alfred Benish and Company and Tehama to perform the study, made possible with a grant by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. You may see vehicles and employees with either Tehama or Benish logo around the city gathering survey information.
Good.
So that's all I have unless there are any questions.
Terrific. You're doing great.
I just might say that if there's, anybody has any questions on the changes on the construction projects that are in place or complete, feel free to contact somebody here at the city office.
Okay, I'll call on Nick Gregory for the administrative report.
I'm gonna defer to Michael real quick, who wants to mention something on one of the items that you guys approved. A couple items.
Just real quick, Mayor and Commissioners, in reference to the washer and dryer for the animal shelter, I have a real good source who contacted me from Mattress Haven of McPherson and stated that they are willing to price match the size and price of the washer and dryer to try to keep the purchase local instead of going to Lowe's. We would like to entertain, at least looking to see what they have and as an option to keep it local. So if there's any change to that, just wanted to see
Okay,
if I
and
could have your
delivery by
approval.
the end of December.
I have it in stock now.
Okay, all right.
So I just wanted to add that as an option as well. So we'll go see what Mattress Haven has for us, and if
Okay.
it's the same or quality, we'll go for it.
Okay.
Look at the
That's-
specs.
I would like to move that we visit with local vendor, and if they can match or exceed the price from Lowe's, that we will do business local. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, when I put this together initially, there was only a top and bottom washer dryer, but now that they have stuff in stock, we'll go check it out. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay,
Okay, I will, the first item I have for you is the proposed solid waste collection rates for 2021 reflect a 3.5% increase from the McPherson Area Solid Waste Utility to their base residential trash rates. We met and discussed this in study session last week. We also agreed we'd add a 10% increase per month.
10
to
cent,
help-
10 cent.
10 cent, not 10%, yeah, I'm sorry, 10 cent increase per month for the residential closed landfill fee that we have. That's in the event that we ever have to do a major cleanup of the old landfill. We do have to test it yearly, and there are a lot of, we'll have to do that for quite some time, and we'll have to continue doing that. A letter from McPherson Area Solid Waste Utility requesting the increase is included, and the resolution to formally do that is also attached. Any other question?
Anybody have a question?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll move to adopt resolution 2012, a resolution modifying solid waste collection fee payable by the residents of the city of McPherson and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Each year following the legislative session of the Kansas State Legislature, the Kansas League of Municipalities puts out a new version of the Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas cities. Any changes made in the Kansas State statute from the recently completed legislative session are incorporated into this new version of it, of the UPOC. The city of McPherson adopts that new manual by ordinance along with any modifications or additions which are specific to the McPherson community and what we enforce. Ordinance 3343 adopts the 2020 UPOC for Kansas cities. And I don't know if you want to, Jeff, do you want to mention any changes that are associated with this? I know there were minimal.
Yeah, most of the UPOC changes, there was a change in purchasing cigarettes from 18 to 21 that just follows state law. Fascinatingly, there was a typo in fossil hunting, which I actually didn't know was in the UPOC. Then criminal use of a weapon, I'm going to have to check out the fossil hunting one though. And then there was added to it a violation of a public health order from the county health department is now been added to the UPOC where it was not before.
Okay.
So that has nothing to do with the city order, that's a county order.
Okay, move to adopt ordinance 3343, an ordinance regulating public offenses within the corporate limits of the city of McPherson, Kansas, incorporating by reference the Uniform Public Offense Code for Kansas City's 2020 edition, and making certain modifications and additions to the same.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very similar to the Uniform Public Offense Code is the standard traffic ordinance, and that's what the police department uses to write citations. Those are the laws that pertain to people that are out on the roadway, and very similar as those. Those are modified and changed as changes are made in the legislature as well. Once again, because of the shortened legislative session, there are some very minimal changes to this particular one as well. I don't know if you want to mention any of those, Jeff?
There are 31 of them, they're all nits and state law changes, there's nothing of substance that I would point out.
Okay. I'll move to adopt ordinance number 3344, an ordinance regulating traffic and parking within the corporate limits of the city of McPherson, Kansas, incorporating by reference the standard traffic ordinance for Kansas City's 2020 edition, and certain changes in addition providing certain penalties and amending sections number 82-2 and 82-3 of the McPherson City Code 2003 as amended to date.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Number of wage
And
consideration.
before you say that, there are booklets that we ordered, and each commissioner will get a copy of that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
assume we would, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we actually, when we shrink down the ordinance, we'll put it up front. It has all the exceptions as well, so the PD's got those. They also can load those onto their MDTs as well, so.
Okay, yeah, so everybody's gonna get information
Yep.
on this.
Number of wages for your consideration today, and I'll just go over the list. And these are all based upon increases based upon successful evaluations. First is Aisha Munden, Police Department Detective Sergeant, going from $27.49 from $28.31, effective November 16th, 2020. Anthony Jones, Police Department Patrol Sergeant, going from $26.69 to $27.49, effective November 16th, 2020. Matthew Vanderhoven, Police Department Detective, going from $27.35 to $27.90, effective November 16th, 2020. Trey Lott, Police Department Detective, going from $27.35 to $27.90 per hour, effective November 16th, 2020. Patrick Carr, Police Department Detective, going from $24.75 to $25.86, effective November 16th. Jessica Dirks, Police Department Detective, going from $24.75 to $25.86 per hour, effective November 16th. Brady Winkler, Police Department Patrol Officer, going from $23.79 to $24.76, effective November 16th. Justin Walker, Engineering Tech, going from $30.67 to $31.28, effective November 16th. Kyle Cottrell, Equipment Operator 1 in the Street Department, going from $18.70 per hour to $19.45 per hour, effective November 16th. And finally, Stan Neufeld, Street Department Equipment Operator 1, going from $16.61 to $17.11, also effective November 16th.
I'd make the motion to approve the wages.
All right, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There is one cereal malt beverage license for your consideration, and that's Shriji of Kansas LLC, doing business as QP Express, located at 1415 East Kansas. This is for sale in original and unopened container, and and not for consumption on premises.
I move we accept the CB license.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There are two CD investments for your consideration. They're both with First Bank Kansas. They're both $500,000 CDs, 12-month at 0.09%, maturing on November 7th of 2021. And just as a note, these were both previously at an interest rate of 1.67. So it's continued to see drops in interest rates.
If you got somebody that will pay more under their mattress, we'll entertain the thoughts. It's terrible. Got a big smile on behind his mask there from Ted Odell, who used to be a bank president. Go ahead, Gary.
I'll make a
Sorry.
motion to approve the investment.
All right, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The good news is our bond had a really low interest rate, and you can't get a low interest rate on your bond if interest rates aren't low on the CDs too. So I think we're ahead of the game.
There are 5 bonds for your consideration, and they include Wichita Water Conditioning, doing business as Halls, Culligan Water of McPherson, $5,000 plumbing bond, Pestinger Heating and Air Conditioning out of Salina, $5,000 gas fitter bond, All Pro Plumbing, Heating and Air Incorporated out of Hutchinson, $5,000 plumbing bond, Power Secure Incorporated out of Wake Forest, North Carolina, $5,000 electrical bond, R&R Street Plumbing, Heating and Electric Incorporated out of Lincoln. It's a $5,000 plumbing and mechanical bond.
I move we accept the bonds.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I would like to move to recess the city commission meeting.
All right, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we are back in session for the commission meeting, and I believe the first thing that we wanted to bring is the community building.
No, 1.2, the fire department's permission to hire.
How did I miss that?
Jamie,
Okay,
Jamie Ross.
I would like to approve making a conditional job offer to Jamie Ross for the position of firefighter pending successful pre-employment requirements effective November 16, 2020.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now the community building.
There's a piece that you do need to approve the
Okay.
wage associated with that too.
Okay, read it off.
It's for Jamie Ross firefighter, the starting wage would be $14.65 per hour.
Okay, I move that we approve the wage as read.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, third try's charm.
5
Water
point-
softener for the community building. There's 2 different motions. We'll do them separately, and you can read them both.
Okay. First one, I'll make a motion to approve the quote for the purchase of a 5.0 cubic feet water softener from Halls, Culligan, and McPherson for an amount not to exceed $4,285.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Secondly, I'll make a motion to approve the quote from Jim's Plumbing and Jim's Plumbing of McPherson to install a bypass and drain for installation of water softener for McPherson Community Building for an amount not to exceed $2,763.33.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next thing is, I believe, the Title VI non-discrimination agreement, or do you
Sewer
got something?
rates.
Huh?
6.5.
Sewer
6.5.
rate, sewer
6.5.
rate, 6.5. Sewer rate,
I move that we approve ordinance number, I don't think there's an ordinance number on that yet,
3345.
3345?
3345.
Okay. I move that we approve ordinance number 3345 and authorize the mayor and the city clerk to sign it.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Title VI non-discrimination agreement. And there is
So-
not an ordinance. I think we could do all of these things under one ordinance. If you nod your head yes.
Or a motion.
Yeah, one
Yes.
motion, not one
Okay,
ordinance.
yeah. I would like to move that we adopt Title VI agreement plan as provided by the state, that we have a compliance website page up with a link as soon as possible to designate Nick Gregory as a Title VI coordinator, to develop civil rights compliant form and brochures, basically follow some of the state guidelines, and adopt, update civil rights language into all city contracts.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I think that's it. Is there anybody else that had anything that needs to come before the city commission? Seeing none, I would like to move for adjournment.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.